When I came to Western Dakota Tech, I came to learn about numbers, not become a number, and they treated me as a real person.
Just a little bit of, financial assistance goes a long way.
It's a good investment. It's a good investment not only in yourself, but also in the community.
There's single moms, there's the older males and females who didn't think they could go back to college. There's people who just want a career change, and everybody's coming here because this is the best school for that.
Greetings and welcome to the Western Dakota Tech Foundation. We thank you in advance for helping us to change lives and build futures. As you'll see, Western Dakota Tech is dedicated to helping students create a better life for themselves as well as their families. And we appreciate your willingness to help us reach even more students. By participating in this campaign, you have agreed to take on an important responsibility. You will help the Western Dakota Tech Foundation raise funds so Western Dakota Tech can increase its role in the community. The WDT Foundation dedicates itself to generating resources, cash, equipment, scholarships, and anything else that helps WDT achieve its mission. The Foundation partners with community members, business and industry, and charitable organizations to achieve its goals. WDT graduates hundreds of skilled workers each year who contribute immediately to our communities. Did you know more than 85% of Western Dakota Tech graduates choose to stay in South Dakota, where they build our homes, protect our communities, fix our cars, keep computer networks running, care for our sick, and perform many other critical jobs? It's likely you encounter WDT graduates every single day as you live your life. They are critical to keeping our communities running. That's what makes the WDT Foundation so important. As our community grows, we need more WDT graduates. The Foundation can help make that happen. Raising money is not as difficult as it seems. It's even easier when you have a good story to tell, like the WDT story. Set daily, weekly, and monthly goals for yourself and stick with them. Here are a few important points to follow for successful fundraising. Know the WDT story well and be passionate about it. Know where the money goes. People will ask and will want to know. Always ask. Ask for a specific amount. Be realistic, but be careful not to set your goal too low either. Collect the money right away unless they're not able to give it to you. Then schedule a date when you can collect. And always, always thank them. We've told you a bit about the WDT story. We now want you to hear it from the very people Western Dakota Tech helps.
I reached a point in my life where I felt if I was going to transition from a job to a career, I needed to put a degree with my work experience. It's greatly impacted my family. Naturally, one of the key impacts is financially. What you gain in a pay scale from on-the-job standard workforce entry-level position versus someone that has a degree level is substantial. It's an environment that clearly defines that the student comes first.
I actually went to a four-year school and I have a bachelor's degree in that. And like most people who got out of those schools, you look for the job that you went for and it wasn't available. So I ended up doing more jobs than careers. And it was to the point that I needed to find a career. And I started getting into healthcare and saw what the nurses did and figured this would be something that would be great for me. Through the practical nursing program, we did over 700 clinical hours. We went in various settings. So when we went in there, we had hands-on experience. We got to see what to do and what not to do. So when it was time to come out and find that position, it was almost simple. Western Dakota Tech prepares every student to do that. So I'm pretty lucky that I got to go to that school, and I recommend it to everybody.
Western Dakota VOTEC had just started the law enforcement program. The idea that we would be job ready when we graduated from VOTEC was very, very enticing. Having that degree under my belt was a stepping stone. I knew that Western Dakota was going to provide me with that entry-level position into law enforcement where I wanted to go. But what it also provided me was a stepping stone towards greater education. I went on to Chadron State College, ended up with a 4-year degree after finishing up at Western Dakota. Just recently completed my master's degree. I'm a lieutenant here at the police department, and I believe very strongly that my education really has played the defining role in why I did get promoted up to the level of lieutenant where I'm at now.
At the time that I started, I was a single mom. I had been working for a company and I was working all the time, and that was the farthest I was going to get. Right after I graduated, I was working at a daycare center in town part-time. Within probably 6 months of graduating, there was a company that was hiring, and they were hiring a business assistant. At first, they were actually looking for somebody with a 4-year degree. And I told them where I graduated, and I said, you know, I'm still willing to talk to you, please, you know, come talk to me. And I went through a course of 3 interviews, actually. But after the first one, they immediately said that you speak better, you seem more educated on this than anybody else we have spoken to that came from any other school.
Great stories, right? We have hundreds more on campus right now and thousands since Western Dakota Tech opened its doors 40 years ago. Investment in the Western Dakota Tech Foundation makes these stories possible. Your role as a fundraiser is quite simple. Tell the Western Dakota Tech story and invite people to invest in its mission. Fundraising can seem intimidating and difficult, but when you have a powerful story to tell, it's easy. The most important thing to do is ask for an investment. Asking doesn't guarantee success, but not asking guarantees failure. Again, we can't say how much we appreciate your involvement. It's because of people like you that WDT is able to impact so many lives. As you help us grow the number of people invested in WDT, we will be able to do even more. Thank you and good luck.
The smallest investment in this school can help somebody tremendously. I went from nothing to something huge in the course of my schooling.
I want you to know when you are talking to potential partners that you are not asking for a donation, you are asking for an investment in someone like me.